Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Jose.
Hey everyone, this is Your Weight Loss with Jane. How are we all doing? I was thinking, Jeff thought that we were just doing one podcast a week. I was like, no, there's 3 podcasts a week. How does he not know this about us yet? He's like, that's insane. I'm like, yeah, it is insane. There's a lot to do here, Jeffrey Cormier. That's why we're busy.
Did you notice us working really hard?
Exactly. I'm not just like in a pretty suit all day, just like you, boo. Um, okay. So we have a few things to get caught up on before we talk about, I guess, important things, but I think this is all important. Okay. My Halifax trip was super fun. With, Noah going to IWK, things were good, you guys. So tons of people were interested in his condition, and I feel like having a kidney condition as a boy is actually very common. An enlarged kidney is actually quite common. That's why when he was diagnosed in my belly, they were like, this is so common. He's going to basically be born and nothing's going to, it's just going to get back to its size. So, he has 3 kidneys, which is very odd. His kidneys just ugly. Anyways, that's what the doctor said. He's like, the picture is not pretty. He said, if we don't operate, just at least you guys are very aware of his kidney, so that if ever he, I don't know, is in some sort of situation where they do an ultrasound, they might be like, what is that? What is happening? So he's like, at least and you've been followed all those years. So it is what it is. But yeah, his condition has not moved. His uterer. Whew. No? You don't think that's
I don't know what a uterer is.
Uterer. Maybe I'm not. Uterer.
What part of his body are we talking about?
Ureter. The ureter is a tube that carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder.
There you go.
Yeah. It is so there are 2 ureters, one attached to each kidney. But Noah has 3 of them.
3 uterers or 3 kidneys?
3 uterers.
Okay.
But his left kidney is divided in 2. It has a dual system because it has 2 ureters. Oh my God, c'est dur à dire. Ureter en français. Okay. So basically, and that one of the ureters is very, very big. Meaning there's an obstruction, right? Because it's it's not flowing, but it's working. So clearly it's going somewhere. They can't know where it is. Does it go in his bladder? Does it where does it connect? They don't know. Very interesting, huh? He's like, if I were to, when I would operate, I would probably see where it ends, but he's like, it doesn't really matter. It shows that his kidney's working. So anyways, so it's just the same conversation. I really, really love the urologist.
Okay.
First of all, step 1, super cute.
I knew you were going to say that.
In a very Jose way. So he's smart. So that so many brownie points when you're smart, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So very smart, clearly. And just very dad looking, which is
Okay.
I like the dad look, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's very funny because Jeff doesn't have a dad look, and
no.
I feel like Jeff is very good looking. In my range of ranging men, Jeff is wow, this is a very good looking man. Whereas this doctor is more I like you. You could be my husband. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like I am not fussy. I just lucked out that Jeff turned out to be so gorgeous.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I'm not physically fussy in men. No, I'm just this is, I chose him when he was 15.
I know it's hard for us to decide if you are physically fussy because you've never had that opportunity. What would single Jose be like? I think, but actually you'd be fussier with things other than looks. I know that about you.
Absolutely. I think I was like that when I met Jeff. We were 15, there was nothing good looking about each of us. You know what I mean? Either of us. And so I feel like I was looking for smarts. Smart is always been one of my things. Funny, always been. It's like Shannon Ford. You're funny, I'll fuck you. Oh my God. When she said that, I love her.
I died too. I died.
And it's so true. Oh my God. Aren't they just gorgeous?
They're to be, I told you, the whole thing makes me feel uncomfortable because I feel like it's going to come crashing down.
Stop.
Yes.
Why? Is it because they're too pretty for it to work? You see what I mean?
I mean, who's moving where? He lives in London and he's built a whole life and she lives in the States. It's not like either of them doesn't have a lot going on in the country they live in.
You're right. Why are we so not boring, but like we're like moms, like who's moving where? How's this gonna work? Like, oh my God.
Practical.
Practical. Yeah, exactly. I like that. Anyway, so you guys, like we're still in the same, it's the same decision. I love him. I love how we speak to each other. Like we've known each other now for 5 years or 4 years, and we've like seen each other like we're seeing each other like 10 times.
When's your
right?
anniversary? When's your anniversary?
It's always July. But yeah, so we've seen each other so many times in the last 4 years. And you know what he told me? He said, because I said to him, I said, my decisions are very emotional, not rational. Jeff would definitely be like, let's just have the operation. Let's get this over with. Cause it's just precaution. It's not like we're operating something that is causing him any discomfort or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, my husband's more rational. I'm more emotional. I'm not being rational when I think that he might die on the table when you operate. Like that's emotional, you know? And he's like, man, I love this awareness. He said that. And I'm like, boy, if you knew what I do. But yeah, I was like, yes, I'm very aware of how I behave and how I think and whatever. And he's like, honestly, he said, with all the conversations we've had, you're so aware of the situation and you know where you stand. You ask questions, you know, he's like, it's not always like that when I talk to parents, you know? So he's like, you ask questions, you know exactly where you stand and you make decisions that you're firm on. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that's important because when something else happens, you'll be the same way. So he's like, if he starts getting discomfort and whatever, I'm like, oh, no question. He gets the operation. I believe in medicine. Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think I'm better. We're going to like heal him with my hands. I'm just saying that right now there's nothing happening with him. And it's just so hard for me to give you what I see as healthy child and say, give him anesthesia and cut him open and do this operation.
Absolutely.
It's hard for me. And he's like, you know what? I love that he said this. He says, I operate on patients, not pictures. And he says, you have to earn your surgery. Like, I want my patients to earn their surgery. Because he said, it's a big deal. Like, you can't just be freaking operating on everyone because we could fix them and they could be prettier inside. It's like, I need to fix the patient. It's like, honestly, Noah hasn't really earned a surgery. He has had no complications with his condition. He said, I would definitely just be operating on the picture because the picture is operatable, you know, like you look at the picture, I can do something with that, you know? And I just love how he's like, not like I'm God and everything's going to be fine. Like, he's like, there are complications that happen. He says 9.9 times out of 10, nothing happens, but I would be lying if I'd say he could have an infection after I operate him. Like that could happen, you know? So it was just like, I like him. We like each other. I can tell.
Okay. Maybe he wants you to be his wife.
No, I'm sure he has a really sweet wife and 17 children.
Did he have a wedding ring on?
I want to say yes to that.
Okay.
I didn't even look.
Jose.
That's how happy I am in my marriage. I don't even look if
these are just clues. I'm not ever looking like, oh, you want to marry me? I just want to look like I want a clue. Although I'm the person that like never wears their wedding ring.
Exactly. You're the worst. And like with your blue diamond, they'd be like, is that a diamond ring? Is she, is she taken? Yeah. But yeah, no, absolutely. So that's what's up with Noah and Halifax. So fun. So an Instagram follower from Newfoundland was in Halifax vacationing and she knew I was there. She's like, I was on the lookout. And it's so cute. Anyway, so we took a picture together. So fun. Aww. Her husband took and she went to Bicycle Thief because she listens to our podcast.
Yum. Did you guys where did you end up eating?
We ended up eating a Harborfront, but I was like, obviously Bicycle Thief was so busy. And it's not just that, like, I knew that the kids, like, basically that was just for me. And I'm like, we'll go at another time. So we just did Harborfront, every kind of, like, I ordered a wrap, Dia ordered pizza, and Jeff ordered a wrap. It was so hot. Hot. How are you feeling about this heat?
I'm good. Like, I can handle heat.
I love heat. Oh my God. My heart is so happy, everyone.
And also I need to say I'm a very privileged human. I have an air conditioned home. I have a pool. So I get a break from the heat. Right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I went for an hour walk yesterday in 40 degrees and it was fine. I didn't die. Yeah. So I recognize that I do get a break from it. I can't imagine people that do not right now.
No, absolutely. And yes, let's have that moment of like, I sympathize with the people that are like, this is dangerous and whatever, but like, I really love the heat right now.
Yeah.
And I do also have access to a pool. Speaking of a pool, I went in my pool till 11 p.m. last night, like a YOLO person that is just like, I'm going to go in the pool at 9 p.m. We had friends over. I mean, do I even have friends? But this guy that I was like best friends with, in love. Oh, we could talk about that. I was in love with this man. Okay. I was like in grade 9. He was in grade 10.
Okay.
We were best friends. I thought we were going to make it like this. Okay. This was it. Okay. He did not love me.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote him a letter. He said no. Yeah, so sad. But anyways, we still are super good friends. And he came down with his girlfriend and he lives in Shedad for the summer. And he usually comes down for like 4 or 5 days. And he always reaches out and we always prioritize seeing each other because we were really best friends. And so he moved the minute he graduated, he moved to Ottawa and he's been there ever since. So I don't see him often. And so they're down for the whole summer. They work for the government so they can work from wherever. Amazing. So they're both families are from here. So yeah, so he reached out. He's like, I know you guys are busy. Like I follow you. And I'm like, oh my God, they're always busy. And I'm like, interesting that that's what people think about my life, that I'm busy. And so he's like, whenever you have a moment. So I prioritized texting him and we went boating. And then at 9 p.m. he's like, can we go in the pool? I'm like, absolutely. So we went in the pool till 11 p.m. So fun, huh?
That's so fun.
Like people with no kids.
Oh, just living their life.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. We went in the pool too, like after my walk last night. We don't normally go in. It was like 7:00 and we swam for an hour.
That's fun now.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
The pool?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there's still no sight of any man coming to finish my pool.
Mm. So my brother's pool isn't done, right? Like my brother's thing isn't even done. So yeah,
I can't handle that. I cannot.
Yeah.
What needs to be done on your brother?
Well, so basically like he forgot like some of the like it's more like landscape, like, oh, that speaker's not connected. And like this rock is broken or all of these rocks are broken now and whatever, because of the winter. So I think he wanted to like, be like, okay, can we, so basically he sends a message to my brother. And I think he was like, can we like, is this done? Like, are we done? Because my brother, I think, still owes him money. And my brother's like, oh, you're further away than last year because everything now, like, so he's like, there's no rush, but you still have to come. So they're really something. It's quite interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And we were just talking about that with my dad. I was like, why is it like that? He's like, because they're just like, they take too many jobs, but they don't want to lose jobs. So they like kind of like sprinkle you with like, I'll be back. You know what I mean?
That's and I don't know if I think like if I'm mean to them, well, are they just showing up to the people that are mean to them? Like, is that what's happening? Like, or I'm worried I'll be mean to him and then he'll be like, peace out.
Yeah. He will be like, peace out. FYI. There's multiple times that has happened, like that threatening to be like, never mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have to be nice. It's hard.
Although I have a neighbor who she's like this super sweet, like she's our age. She's super sweet, like mom, stay-at-home mom. Okay. And they got a pool put in last year. And she was like, oh, I called him up and I called him a bitch on the phone. I'm like, I don't believe you. And she's like, do you want me to come for you? And she said the next day. I'm like, well, maybe then I need to call him a bitch.
Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, have you guys decided then to keep it for another year with Noah? So basically
I feel like Jeff was pro getting the surgery last year, but then this year I was like, so how do you feel? He's like, you know what? I'm with you. Like, there's like, just like nothing to, so I think we're still waiting, but obviously, as everyone says, like the only thing is that we're risking that he would have discomfort. So I asked, like, what does that mean? Like, what signs am I looking for? And it's always the same thing, but this time he talked about like having like a pain in his, having a pain in his side, his left side.
Okay.
Cause he could have like an infection. And then fever would come up. Okay. So he's like, you go to the thing, they check. Yes, there's like an infection and then bam.
And hi, Noah. He's tanned.
He's tanned. Do you think he looks like me? I feel like he looks like me now because he's tanned.
I do actually. Just when he had that moment sitting beside you and like the color of your eyes.
Yeah, no, for sure. He doesn't hear you. So it's hot. It's, you know what I mean? Di. He is
Oh,
one sweet little boy. Aba.
they're so sweet.
It's our boy's birthday soon on Tuesday.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Our boys share a birthday, you guys. Noah and Alfie were born on the same day.
You need to go on YouTube if you want to see his face.
Oh my gosh.
He sees himself. Yeah, they were born on the same day, which is just amazing. And we didn't know that I was having a boy. So just the fact that our boys are born on the same day is kind of actually insane. I love that about it. I love that for us.
That's a cool fact about us. 6 years apart.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait. So basically he said like you would go to the emergency room, and because he has a fever, an unexplained fever, so it doesn't come with like a cough or a runny nose, like, you know what I mean? And then they would check, and then basically it's like, then you would call me up and we would settle an operation, like a surgery. So I'm like, okay.
And did he say that, like, could he like get you in like pretty quick?
I think so. I think obviously if you were in pain and whatever, like, I think that's how it works. You know? So whatever, it is what it is. But there's nothing like serious or damaging. And I'm like, he's like, basically the worst that could happen is that upper, a kidney, because there's like an upper kidney and a lower kidney, would like stop functioning. But he's like, that's only a third of that one. So it really is a sixth of all of his, because his right kidney is fine, you know, and the lower kidney is fine. So he's like, it's just really a sixth of all of his functioning kidney, which is like, he would never have really any consequences of that. Where is dad? You skip papa.
Non, bruit dans le garage.
Va dans le garage. Sa job était de faire sûr que tu fais pas ceci.
C'est parce qu'elle a froid.
T'as froid? Va voir papa, s'il vous plaît.
Non.
Ou Dia.
No.
Do you hear him?
No.
Do you hear him? No? Okay. He's like, no.
Oh, no. We hear him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should see his gorgeous face.
He is so cute.
Anyway, so that's what's up with Noah, you guys. So yeah, Jeff's job was that didn't happen. I'm like, so your job, he's going to want to come see me. So your job is to like haul him out when he won't do it on his own. He's like, yeah, well. But then, yeah, it's going really well. And I hear Jeff, I think he's pressure washing the cars.
Stop.
I hear pressure washer. I hear some sort of tool in the, he like,
I'm just jealous that Jeff washes your cars.
It's an obsession actually.
And it's 8:19 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 8 a.m.
You know what? Let's not, like, we can definitely have a short conversation. I don't know how long have we been talking? What's wrong with me? Why can't I like remember what time we start?
I feel like it's been another long one as well. And can we leave them with one tidbit? What little tidbit of weight loss related things can we,
Okay, so I think we talked about this last podcast was about anxiety. And so I used that in one of my lives because people don't recognize the anxiety they have around their choices, but so I've noticed on the community group some posts where I see a lot of noise, but what does that mean? Like I see like, I lost 20 and then I gained 2 and now I'm struggling on weekends and then I'm leaving for vacation and I hear blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, they're going through an anxiety patch and there's weight loss anxiety and that exists. And I just wanted to talk about almost like what weight loss anxiety could look like so that people can really recognize you have a lot of noise. You have a lot of worry. Like, you know, I see that a lot. I'm going on vacation. What will I do? Like that's anxiety around vacation. And you deserve a life without weight loss anxiety.
I know.
Like always worried about the weight you'll gain or the weight you'll gain back
And I think when they're feeling anxious and anxiety about vacation, they're worried about the result of their actions. Like they're worried about the weight gain. But if we just shifted our focus to the actual actions themselves and didn't so much stress about the number that will or will not come with those actions, we could, you know, and also you're not really in control of that number.
You guys, that's really important.
Like you're really not in control of that number. Like I just had a moment where I've just been away. I've just been away so much. And I've been, for sure, I would say creating surpluses because like it'd be ridiculous to think I wasn't, but really managing my surpluses. Okay. I know for sure was not huge surpluses. Right. But like I gained weight because it was small surpluses all added up with just not enough deficit days thrown in to have the average. Right. And I'm like, I can be upset, but I'm not, because I actually showed up as who I want to be.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't change how I showed up. I just focused on my actions and accepted what came with them, because those actions were who I wanted to be in that moment.
Yeah. And I think it's that conversation that society hasn't had when they're on a weight loss journey, Alicia. Like, who you want to be has never been a part of the conversation. It was always about, you're on a weight loss journey, you're here to lose weight, and you need to act in that way. And so that's why you're nervous about vacations, because you're like, how the F am I going to act that way? How am I going to be on vacation and lose weight? How is that even possible? And then you create that relationship with weight loss, and you think that's what a weight loss journey needs to look like, and that you can't have surpluses. Like, when we get asked, like, do I need to be in a calorie deficit every day? That breaks my heart. The fact that you think that, it's like, if you want to save money, do I need to save every day? No, you just on average need to save money. So you could one day spend more than you made, but the other day, like, that's literally how this works, you guys. But no, I agree with you. And I'm exact same. Like, I felt really proud of my choices. Like, tons of salads were thrown in. How I ate in Halifax was like, so reasonable, like, so proud of like not doing the, beaver tail and whatever, just because I'm on vacation. So it was like, and there's nothing wrong with beaver tails, but you get what I mean? Like, just that's who I wanted to be. Anyways. Also, how do you know that you're not in a massive surplus, you guys? Because I never felt like I'm going to blow up,
Yeah.
I know when I'm, and I also felt hunger often during my trips.
Yeah.
So I felt hungry, then I eat. And I was very aware it was consuming as well.
I was going to say, we also have a high level of calorie awareness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And portions and stuff. So like you can stay in touch with that.
Exactly. And so when I got back, and also same thing, gained weight, also saw a number that I have not seen in a long time. I hopped on the scale, and I was like, and I can't wait I'm doing my Friday maintenance live today. So I'm excited to like share everything. Okay. Everything. But it was like, I got on, and clearly that number could have been like, oh my God, like, this is bad. This is oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. And that's actually not at all, like, in my mind, I'm like, yes, that makes sense. It's higher than I expected. I did not expect it to be that high. And I was like, so what's next? What's happening now? You know what I mean? Like, okay, today you show up as who you want to be.
Yeah.
So I've been back for 2 days. I've rocked the last 2 days. I've been moving my body extra as well, because I have the time. I also realized that, like, when I go on vacation with kids, very different than when I'm just with Jeff.
Yeah.
When I went to Boston, I actually like lost a pound.
So true. Cause you guys are so active, you and Jeff together alone.
Yeah. So active. And it's just, I don't know. There's something very different with how I vacation with kids versus how I vacation alone. Yeah. And I'm not blaming the kids. I make my own choices. No. I actually want to be that person that like is more present in that moment. I don't care if I'll be more in a surplus, but it was definitely, a lot of it was like, I didn't move my body for 4 days. Like, I moved my body. I had my steps. I always had my active ring, but like, that's it. No, like, I didn't go for a walk. So like, obviously my body's used to burning more calories than that. That's what I mean. Like, on, know, my regular lifestyle is not like that. And I thought, I was walking to the gym yesterday, to my studio, and I was like, you know what? Those days aren't here forever, where I have small kids, and you know what I mean? Like, those days of that type of vacation is not here forever. So like, I think it's important that you recognize that, like, I think people are wait until, the kids will be gone. But what I'm working on is the mindset that I have. Imagine when the kids are gone, and I have I have more flexibility in when I move my body and whatever. Like, I love moving my body. But I don't always have the time. Like, we have other responsibilities because we have small children. Like, this is not an excuse. Like, this is real life. We also have a very job that asks a lot of us. Anyways, so I'm like, there's a time where this mindset will pay off big time. Like, as in, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I had that moment yesterday. Yeah. I was like, because I crossed older couple biking together. And I was like, literally, if we didn't have small kids, imagine all the things that you could do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that you could do. And we love being out and moving our bodies. So I'm like, it's a different lifestyle, but you can't wait. There's no perfect lifestyle. So right now it's like, I'm showing up as the mom of a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old at Marco Polo as how I want to do, because they need me to be there. They want me to be there, and that's who I want to be right now as a mom. Like, I don't want to be like, peace out, I'm leaving for a 10K walk while you're at the water park with just your dad. Like, That's not what this is about. This trip is not about.
That's who I want to be. That's
yeah,
who I want.
exactly. That's not what the trip is for me. The trip is sitting and if you need me, I'm there. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like that's who I want to be, you know?
Yeah. And neither nor Jose or I's way is right or wrong, you guys. That's the thing. And
Yeah.
that's why it has to be your way. Like
Yeah.
you have to find your way.
Mhm. But you know what, Leash? Maybe when your twins were 4, you wouldn't have done that. Like they're
You're right.
8. They're 8.
You're right. You're right.
When Noah's 8 and Dia's 12, peace out. You're 8. But Noah's 4 and it's very mama. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like this, he's my last one. It's different. It's just, you know, so maybe if they were younger, I'm just like more needed maybe than you are right now. You know, I'm not as needed with Dia. Absolutely not. It's just Noah he's not even 4, right? He's just turning 4. He still has a tutut and has a diaper overnight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just different. And I'm like, they're going to grow up and then I'll have that time. And maybe a trip with kids will look different. But right now, how about I manage it? And not be a victim of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, wow, we were supposed to talk about anxiety, but when you see yourself building a negative anxiety, when you see yourself building anxiety around like your choices and vacation and not being able to do that and gaining weight back, that's actually weight loss anxiety. You're having anxiety around your journey. And when we are feeling anxious, we don't usually make rational decisions.
Yeah. And it's important when you're feeling that anxiety to recognize it, try and pinpoint it, focus on what you do have control over, you know, reminding yourself of who you want to be and that any weight gained while you're on vacation can be lost again. Guys, we know how weight loss works.
And that's why I did not panic. I'm like, Jose, you have access to weight loss every single day. You have access to weight gain every day. You have access to weight loss every day. You have access to whatever you want to accomplish every single day. So when you say that, when you remind yourself of that, sometimes you feel like you don't have access to it because vacation's coming. You still have access to whatever you want today. And also remember, you guys, anxiety lives in the future. So instead of being anxious that I'm leaving to Quebec next weekend, instead of being thinking of that, you know what I thought? You have 7 days. And instead of thinking, well, you have a barbecue at the Martels, you have Sophia and Spritz. Oh, you have this and this and this. I didn't think of that. What do you have access today? And today there's today there's no barbecue. Go for your friggin' walk. Eat as you know, puts you in a deficit because that's who you want to be today. And that's what you have access to today. And your mindset is so ready to be in a deficit after being in a surplus for so long. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
When you know what a deficit looks like for you. So you have to figure that out first, right? So we have knowledge, we have experience, and that wasn't just given to us. We earned that.
Time. We put in our time.
We put in our time, you guys. So you have to put yours if you want to be where we are, you know? Yep. Okay, we'll leave with that. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Happy August. Hopefully you're ending your summer with a bang and you're feeling happy. And Alicia is not wanting to murder her family or in England right now. We cannot wait. We're watching you. If you're listening to this in England, Alicia, we love you. Hopefully you're having a great time. And we love watching your journey on Instagram. Hopefully you're sharing all the things.
All the things.
Okay. Bye everyone.
Bye.